know what, as you go through life's ups and downs, ask yourself, are you searching for ways to bounce back, but bounce back even better? Author and the comeback coach herself, Delores Jones, says it is possible, and she has the tips to get us on our way to a new beginning and a better you. Good morning.
Good morning, Kelly.
Let me tell you something. Our better viewers know we haven't seen you in a little bit.
It's been a minute. My last time was Valentine's Day.
Right.
And 4 days later, I was in the hospital for 2 weeks. It was supposed to be a 3-day stay, but it was 2 weeks, and I want you all to know I got your thoughts, your prayers, but it was very life-changing. I had to go through basically an emergency surgery. Imagine hemorrhaging for an entire week. Ugh. And having them put a filter in so that blood clots would not kill me as I waited to have a tumor size, a soccer ball tumor, removed from my uterus. I became one of those employed but uninsured people back in 2009, and so my condition grew worse over time. I'm just so very thankful and blessed that it did occur, but it happened, and it happens to a lot of us. I was on bed rest for 6 weeks, and honestly, forgot how to write a sentence. So I would say, could you spell that for me? You know, and so don't, embrace the journey and find something positive in it. So for 2 weeks, during the snowstorm, actually.
During the snowstorm. I remember you watching us.
Yes.
And loving what we were doing.
Absolutely.
And saying, I have things to add when I get better.
Yes.
And you being a Jones, you're going to find the positive in this. And so you're helping other people who are right now going through something.
Yes.
Life-changing, whether big or small, it matters in their life. So your
Right.
first tip, I love this. You say, cry if you need to. Matter of fact, holla.
Holla if you have to, because it hurts, baby. Stop being fake about it. The reality is when we go through things, you are a human being, you are not a machine. And so let's just cry and purify and then holla for help and keep a sense of humor.
Right.
Keep a sense of humor during it. So I felt like a VIP person. Can I say the hospital I was at? Yes or no? Shiny Mission Medical, where they say it's more than just medicine. Yes, baby, it was. The nurses were the bomb and the toast. We're going to talk about that toast and jelly in just a moment.
To her next step is that no matter what you're in the midst of, look your best.
Absolutely. So you can't do your hair while you're in the hospital. Mm-hmm. So I was preparing for a 3-day stay, and the blonde, you got to cover it up when you're going in an operation. So I went and got me this little cute little flower, honey, and I switched it from side to side. Okay, and the nurses would come in and say, you look beautiful today. So for my 2-week stay, they saw this beautiful flower, and I looked my best considering the circumstances.
Let me add this. You are a strong woman, a beautiful woman, a mom.
Yes.
But it still gets you to tearing up when you think about what you went through and how far you have come.
Absolutely. And I think one of the bigger pieces of this is we look on the outside, but it's really that inner strength that comes, I'm going to have to say it, from a relationship, a divine relationship for me.
Say it.
And that's one of the concepts that I talk about. Be true to what works for you. Sometimes it's not politically correct to share your faith at work. But honey, when you get in the storm, you better know where your strength comes from and pull on that, be it a song, a scripture, or something that your grandmama taught you. They often talk about shake what your mama gave you, but I'm going to tell you, you need to know what you're made of in the midst of all that.
Love your mindset. Next step is to come to terms with your concerns about the situation.
Yes.
And then, as if that weren't enough, focus on the constants in your life, and that goes back to your faith.
The constants, your faith and family. For me, in my early 40s, okay, I thought I wanted to marry again and have more children. And when they said to me, your uterus is destroyed and we have to take it, I cried. I thought about that because sometimes as women, we feel that our uteruses define us, and that's a part of being a woman. And then eventually after I cried, and then I realized I had an adolescent son, and the changes and stages, I said, baby, come and get this uterus. Do you hear me? I will rock somebody else's baby, okay, and help them, all right? Come and get it.
Love comes in different forms, and this is why it's so important.
Yes,
Delores,
so I have an awesome son.
Yeah, you do.
Yes.
And to remember your reference points when things are very tough.
Oftentimes when we're in that moment, that's all we see. But remember, your soul looks back and wonder how you got over. So you need to take time and reflect on those times where you almost gave up, but something helped you. You reference that thing, and remember, it was you who put it into the process. So celebrate that. Don't forget those reference points and rejoice in those. You may cry and holler in the midst, but you have proof that you've been through it, you got through it, you've done it before, and baby, you're gonna do it again.
That's it. And then to make sure that you got it right, you want to make sure that you are better from the situation and not bitter.
Absolutely.
How do we do that?
come to terms with, like I said, you know, having a uterus and a woman, you know, I thought I wanted 4 children. I have cousins who have children, and I feel like the only person with the one baby. And so I thought about, does this make me feel inadequate? And if so, why? And then the other thing is, you see people with a lot of children and they're smiling, and then you may start to become jealous, but you never know what their sacrifices are for that. So look not just on the outside, begin to ask the deeper questions. What does it really take for that person to have what I think I say I want? And then accept what it is you have and make it work for you.
And as you do that, you take a mental health break.
Oh, you have to.
So important.
Everyone needs a mental health day. Period. You just tell the kids, I'm not talking today. Okay, you're eating a hot dog. Yes, you are. Okay, and then go walk, because studies talk about exercise and serotonin in your brain and all of these different wonderful things that are out there. But nobody is going to give you permission to take a break. You have to do that for yourself.
Do you find that this is the first time in a long time that you put you first?
Yes, and laying in a hospital room for 2 weeks, and I started thinking, well, what have I done with my life? And what is it that I have to be proud of, and what is it that I feel like I missed out on? And so when I text you to bring me some Sheridan's custard,
she really
and she
did.
wouldn't bring it because she said I don't think it's on your diet. You know, just
what was the first question I asked you? Did you wear your lashes?
Yes, and okay, since she's all up in my business like that, let me tell you, okay, I had a little hat on, babies, but then I got shorter lashes, make them look believable. And they did talk about how pretty my eyes were. I just wanted to know, when are y'all gonna stop sticking me with these pens? Do you understand?
We are a family here, and I love that our viewers get to know us. We care about you.
Yes.
And last but not least, this is where you talk about toast and jelly.
Yes. Okay, so I knew that they were going to wake me up every morning, and I had to get these shots for blood thinners and pain, because they took my pump away. I have to say that. And they said, Delores, hit the pump when you're in pain. I hit it every time I felt a pain. So they came and took it away from me. You know what I'm saying? So they had to wake me up, but I thought, I need food. And they made the best toast and jelly. So I started to focus on, when they come to stick me, I get some jelly and some toast. In fact, I asked the cafeteria, what kind of bread is that, baby? Because I'm going to go buy it later. You understand? So be open. You may be upset. Get through it. Someone told me, if you're going to go through the furnace, baby, come out on fire. You understand what I'm saying? If you got to go through the furnace, come out on fire. I feel lighter, and I feel healthier, and I feel blessed that you all keep bringing me back on here and validating. I want to say this last thing. You are significant. The struggle does not mean you're not significant. You're just going to go through with a story. So, you know, I got another chapter for another book. Do you understand?
So, you know, we're going to have you back on the show.
I would love to come back.
Because it's so important, as you mentioned tonight, it create that invisible gel around you.
You have to.
And go ahead and share the message, because right now you have just uplifted 1, 2, 3, 4. How many people? We don't know.
Honey, I know, because I go to Walmart and they stop me. Do you hear me? At the pharmacy, and said, I see you on Better Kansas City. I said, would you please give me my medication? Would you please give me my medication?
You can find a link to Delores Jones on our website, kctv5.com. Click on the Better Casey tab. She is back. Great to have you.
I'm here.